Am I the a-hole for using my childhood friend to kickstart my career? Hey, everyone, Sho Fuwa here. Yeah, the one and only. You've probably heard my latest hit single. It's only topping every chart right now. Anyway, I'm not usually the kind of guy to would air my dirty laundry, but lately, there's been some drama in my life, and now even my manager is telling me I could have managed it better. So, I need an unbiased opinion. Am I the a-hole for using my childhood friend to kickstart my career? Well, before you immediately write YTA, just hear me out, okay? You see, Kyoko and I go way back. We practically grew up together. My mom and dad took her in, gave her a roof over her head and a place to call home, when her mom ditched her to live in Tokyo. And although as an only child it was weird to suddenly have to share all the attention, I never complained or became upset because of this situation. For me it wasn't a big deal. I mean, by then she already was spending most of her time at our home. Plus, it became pretty chill for me, after she moved in. She was always, well, let's just say intense. She has this habit of throwing herself into everything, you know? So, in no time, she was doing all the chores that my parents gave us around the ryokan. So that meant that I could spend more time doing the things I wanted to do, like honing my guitar skills. When I decided to leave our boring hometown to pursue my dream of becoming Japan's top idol, Kyoko begged to come with me. She said she'd do anything to help me succeed. And, yeah, I agreed because why not? Now, before you judge me, let's get one thing straight. I never asked her to give up her life for me. She just did. I'm not the type to say no when someone offers to handle everything, from cooking and cleaning to, like, making sure I didn't starve while chasing my dream. Who would turn that down? But here's the thing about Kyoko, she's always been, well, too much. She had this weird way of putting me on a pedestal, like I was some kind of god. At first I was fine with her behavior. I mean, of course it's flattering if someone thinks so well of you. But as I became more famous, the things she would do or say just became a little meaningless for me. I mean, how can I take her word seriously, if she doesn't even listen to any other artist? Anyway, her behavior. It was suffocating. She never understood that I needed space to focus on my career, and to not have some clingy shadow following me around. So, fast forward to when my career is finally taking off and I started spending more and more time at my manager's, Shoko's, place. She has a big luxurious penthouse, with great facilities in the building like, a pool and a gym. Plus there is way better security there than at the apartment that Kyoko and I were renting. Anyway, one night I went to the old apartment, just to grab some clothes that I still had there. I really didn't want to stay more than 10 minutes. I'm a busy man, you know. I've got things to do, places to be. Kyoko started begging me to stay, and before I knew it, I was eating some pudding and chatting with her. But at some point the TV showed an interview with Ren Tsuruga. And you know what, I just can't stand him. Everyone is always praising him and saying how amazing he is. But to me he just comes across as fake. He just pisses me off, and seeing him on TV just put me in a foul mood. So, I decided to go back and chill in Shoko's jacuzzi. The next day, I was talking to my manager, Shoko, about Kyoko. She's been hinting at me that I should talk to Kyoko and send her back to our hometown, Kyoto. I think she really pities her. So, after Kyoko left another voicemail message, Shoko asked me about her again. And well, I was just honest, you know. I told her that I never forced Kyoko to come with me to Tokyo, that she made that choice on her own. I joked that you can't expect that I, the prince of the ryokan, cooks, cleans or do any household chores myself. Anyway, we were just talking, backstage after one of my gigs, and it was just the two of us there. So, imagine my surprise when suddenly, some crazy person throws food at my head, nearly missing me by an inch. Well, Kyoko Megami herself was that crazy person. She was standing there. At first, I thought she was crying, but then she just became unhinged. I was a little shocked. I've never seen her act like this before. Luckily, security had noticed the commotion and escorted her out. But before that she was yelling at me, telling me how she would get revenge on me. Is she Delulu? The only way for her to get revenge is if she herself became more famous than me. And that is literally impossible. You have to understand, she is just a plain, ordinary girl. A middle school dropout whose only talent is being someone's maid. I can admit that I said somewhat hurtful words to her at that moment. But, you know, sometimes the truth is ugly and it just needs to be said. So she could finally understand and pack her bags and go home to Kyoto. But now my manager is telling me I was kind of a jerk for taking advantage of her goodwill towards me and that I should have handled the situation better. Of course I disagreed with her, so she told me to ask Reddit. So, Reddit, am I the a-hole for kind of using my childhood friend as a maid and letting her support me by renting out a nice apartment even though the rent wasn't really in our budget, so she had to work 4 jobs, just to pay for the rent? I would like to emphasize again, that I never made her do all of this. I just asked her and she said yes. Edit. Wow, I didn't expect this to blow up like it did. I see a lot of you are calling me YTA and saying I've been selfish, but I think a lot of people are missing some key context. Kyoko has always been the kind of person who needed someone to devote herself to. It's not like I ever forced her to come with me or to work so hard. That's just who she is. I mean, I asked her to come along, but it was her choice to say yes. She could have said no, right? And for everyone saying I'm ungrateful, come on. I've thanked Kyoko plenty of times over the years. Just because I didn't fall at her feet and worship her doesn't mean I wasn't appreciative. It's not like I didn't notice her efforts, I just didn't need her to smother me with them. Also, I think people are blowing the whole revenge thing out of proportion. Kyoko? Famous? Let's be real here, she's not the type to survive in this industry. She's too soft, too naive. If she couldn't handle me being honest with her, how's she going to handle the cutthroat entertainment world? Relevant comments. Comment from Keepitrial_4U, highly upvoted. YTA. You didn't just ask Kyoko to come along, you manipulated her into believing her only purpose was to serve you. Then you took advantage of her loyalty and discarded her when she became inconvenient. You didn't just use her. You crushed her sense of self-worth. Response from OP. Wow, dramatic much? I didn't manipulate her into anything. Kyoko's always been dramatic and over the top. I figured she liked helping me. I mean, she literally begged to come along. Comment from TruthTeller99. You keep saying you didn't force her to come to Tokyo, but the way you talk about her shows zero respect for her sacrifices. It's like you think you're entitled to her devotion because you're the prince of the ryokan. Do you even hear yourself? Response from OP. Okay, first of all, that prince thing was a joke. Second, respect? I do respect her, at least I did. But let's not pretend she didn't get something out of this too. She got to be close to me, and back then, that's all she wanted. Comment from Knowledge Seeker 3. You're mad that Kyoko put you on a pedestal, but you've been doing the same thing to yourself this entire post. She probably realized you're not the idol she thought you were, and that's why she snapped. Honestly, good for her. Response from OP. LOL, okay, you don't know Kyoko. She's not the type to suddenly realize anything. She's impulsive and emotional. The whole food throwing thing was insane and just proved my point. Comment from Superfan Show 95. OMG, Sho, you're totally not the a-hole here. Kyoko obviously chose to follow you and do all that stuff for you. She knew what she was signing up for. Don't let the haters get to you. You're amazing, and they're just jealous of your success. Keep shining, Prince. Comment from Diehard for Sho Fuwa. People don't understand how hard it is to make it in the entertainment industry. Sho had to focus on his career, and Kyoko offered to help, end of story. She clearly couldn't handle the pressure and lashed out at you because of her own insecurities. That's not your fault. Stay strong, Sho. Comment from Blinded Fuwa You too. Honestly, I can't believe Kyoko would throw food at you like that. So disrespectful. You've done nothing but work hard to become the star you are today. Some people just can't handle seeing others succeed. You're better off without her dragging you down. Love you, Sho. And comment from RenFangirl99. Wow, typical Sho behavior, taking advantage of someone's kindness and then acting like you're the victim. Ren would never treat anyone this way, that's why he's the true star of the industry. Keep crying, Sho, Ren's already leagues ahead of you. Comment from Ren is the best 3. This is exactly why Ren Saruga is the real idol people look up to. He's not just talented, he's actually a decent human being. Sho, maybe take notes on how to treat the people who support you. Or don't, Ren's already outshining you in every way. Comment from Drama Watcher 19. Ren Saruga doesn't need to drag his childhood friends into his career just to make it big. He's talented, hardworking, and classy. Meanwhile, Sho's out here acting like a spoiled brat who thinks the world revolves around him. Yikes. Comment from Yita Ren for the win. Ren would probably forgive Sho for all his immature comments and move on because he's a class act like that. Meanwhile, Sho's here ranting on Reddit instead of taking accountability. Keep talking, Sho. Ren's busy being the best actor in Japan. Update. Alright, so it looks like Reddit has spoken, and most of you think I'm the a-hole. Whatever. I guess it's easy to judge from the outside. Anyway, as I have been living my life, working hard to produce hit song after hit song and recording an amazing album. I actually never in a million years thought that I would have an update for you guys. But something happened recently, and now I'm not so sure what to think of it. Not too long ago I was invited to this talk show, to talk about my latest album and answer some of my fans' questions, etc. When there was this chicken mascot that was just super intense, and also the questions got really personal, like asking about some things that only someone that has known me all my life would know the answer to. I thought for a second it was Kyoko in that chicken suit. But that can't be, right? Anyway, I'm glad that whoever was in that suit was only a stand-in. The director probably fired them. Second update. Well, you guys, do I have an update for you? I still can't wrap my head around this. You won't believe who the director that was shooting my latest music video hired? It was none other than Kyoko Mogami, and she has changed so much over the last couple months that at first I didn't even recognize her. Anyway, all shocks aside, we still had to shoot this music video that was about a demon, played by me, falling in love with an angel, played by Mimori Nanokura, a girl that I've known for a while now, because we are represented by the same agency. But because she fell in love with me, the demon, her life was in danger, so her best friend, a fellow angel, played by Kyoko, decided to take matters into her own hands and kill me. The first part of the video we shot, with Kyoko and Mimori acting together as if they were the best of friends. I was actually surprised to see Kyoko being able to act so well. I thought I knew everything about her, but this really surprised me. But then Kyoko had to act with me, and well. At one point I actually feared for my life. There was this intense hatred directed towards me, that really made shooting those scenes impossible. I was starting to think that she should really give up, trying to make it in this industry, when she regrouped herself after a short break and blew my socks off with her acting. Anyway, the shoot ended on a successful note and we then parted ways. Now my manager is saying I should reach out and apologize to her before this blows up even more, especially before some gossip blogs or might pick up on our history. But I don't know if I can. I mean, what would I even say? Sorry for saying you'd never make it in this industry. Sorry for being a jerk. Part of me wants to ignore this whole thing and hope it blows over. I'm still the bigger star here, after all. But another part of me is starting to wonder if maybe I underestimated her all along. So, yeah. That's where I'm at now. Third update. Hey everyone, it's been a while, but I wanted to give you a final update because so much has happened over the past few weeks. I thought you'd be interested in hearing about it. Life's been a whirlwind lately. I've been pouring my heart into my music, but things weren't going as planned. Normally, when I release a song, it goes straight to #1. But recently, this new group, Via Ghoul, has been trending, taking the top spot with music that, quite frankly, feels like they've been copying me. It turns out someone from my team was leaking everything to them. Frustrating, right? I couldn't believe my fans were falling for their act, and for a while, it made me question everything. For the first time since moving to Tokyo, I wasn't enjoying making music anymore. But then Kyoko, of all people, gave me a wake-up call. She told me to stop feeling sorry for myself and not let those beagles, her nickname for them, haha, walk all over me. That's when I realized I needed to fight back and show them they'd messed with the wrong person. My revenge. Simple, but oh, so satisfying. I took some of their original music, the stuff they made before they started copying me, and made it better. Then, I leaked it back to them on purpose. And to ensure no more leaks from my team, I set strict new rules. Everyone recording with me had to hand in their phones to my manager, and we ditched music sheets entirely. Instead, we relied on my lead, during sessions. This way, there was no chance of my new music being stolen. The result? My best single yet. I can't wait to share it with you all next week. As for V Ghoul, I can only imagine their reaction when they realized I'd used their own work against them. Sweet justice. That said, I do need to address something important. Their lead singer, Reino, is a total creep. If you're a fan, please be cautious around him. Edit. A lot of you have been asking how Kyoko managed to knock some sense into me. If you didn't already know, she's been making waves as an actress and is currently filming a TV series called Dark Moon. One of her shooting locations happened to be near the recording studio where I was working. That's how we crossed paths, and during a quick chat, she gave me the pep talk I didn't know I needed. Edit 2. I see some comments asking why I called Reino a creep and if I'm just jealous. Let me set the record straight. This isn't about jealousy. My warning comes from genuine concern for my fans. During one of my recording sessions, V Ghoul deliberately booked the same location as me to steal my work. But what really crossed the line was Reino's behavior. He stalked a woman on site, ignoring her clear discomfort and repeated requests to stop. It was disturbing. Out of respect for her privacy, I won't reveal her identity. She's chosen not to press charges, fearing it could harm her career, and I stand by her decision. If you're truly a fan of mine, I ask you to respect it too. From what I heard, Reino left after a confrontation with a certain fake actor who put him in his place. I don't know the full details and, honestly, I don't care. I'm just relieved they've stopped trying to copy me, and I can focus on my music without the drama. To my fans, you've been my rock through all the ups and downs, and I'm endlessly grateful for your love and support. You inspire me to keep pushing forward, even when things get tough. This journey wouldn't be the same without you, and I can't wait for you to hear my new single. I poured my heart into it, and I hope it resonates with you as much as it does with me. As for my haters, I hope you step on a piece of Lego. My new single drops next week, and I can't wait for you to hear it. I hope you'll love it as much as I do. This is my final update for now, but don't worry, you haven't seen the last of me. Until then, take care, stay kind, and keep being the amazing people you are. I love you all. Let's show the world what we're made of. New music coming soon. Catch you later, Sho Fuwa.
Thank you for watching. Up next, Sina Mogami's AITA story. So stay tuned. And if you're curious, click on the I Won't Love, I'll Have Revenge Instead playlist.